Yes, it is time for the chit chat. Get ready with me. Return to my channel to making beauty content. So, those of you who are coming over from my previous beauty fashion lifestyle channel, hi, hello, welcome back. But if you are new to me and this is your first time seeing me, because this is my first video going up on this channel, hi, hello. My name is Patrick. I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. But yeah, I took a nearly year-long break from creating content online, or at least on YouTube, I should say, really. I am back. I'm back now. Yes, we're doing this again. We're gonna give this a go again, and we're gonna be stronger before and whatnot, stronger than yesterday. On this particular channel, you guys are going to be getting beauty, fashion, lifestyle content and whatnot. So like today, you guys are going to be getting a chit chat, get ready with me type video where I do this really like simple, grungy, smoky kind of today. I go through all the products that I use in this video. So if you are curious about what all it is that I'm wearing, just stay tuned. Keep up with the video and you'll see what it is that I'm using. Again, if you're new to me, hi, I've been creating content online for a very, very long time. On my previous beauty fashion lifestyle channel, I started that channel back towards the end of 2011 and started out doing like more like lifestyle type content, just talking about like me in general. Then it evolved into fashion and beauty content, started scanning a little bit more towards one way and then the other at times, but ultimately it has always been like a beauty fashion lifestyle channel over there on that channel, and that is what I'm going to be bringing in for you guys here on this particular channel. Now this is just a revamp of that channel because I do believe that that channel kind of suffered a thing that a lot of creators were suffering at the time, and that is that the algorithm changes just really messed with their channels and everything, because the channel, although it was still small, it was on a good growth spurt and then everything just died out. Whereas with launching a new channel, now that the algorithms have kind of stabilized in recent years, I should be able to properly grow and thrive on YouTube again. I mean, I know my music channel is thriving and growing quite well and everything. So in that channel, I was active on that channel mostly during the times when those algorithms stabilized, which I am making a return to that channel too. So if you like music related content, the link to that channel is always down in the description box. But yeah, beauty, fashion type stuff is like my bread and butter though. I work in the beauty industry, I work in beauty retail. I'm potentially going to go into freelancing soon possibly and everything. I talk a bit more about this in the get ready portion of this video. So yeah, but yeah, I've been working in the industry for a while now, and again, it's just a passion of mine. I really enjoy it. But anyways, if you want to see how I did this makeup and just hear me talk about where I have been for the last year pretty much, then stay tuned. But before we hop on into this video, if you guys are new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, definitely give this video a thumbs up and give it a like because that helps me out a lot as well. All my links are down in the description box below if you want to follow me on my different social media platforms, which are going to be my Instagram and Twitter, which are Patrick Silveros, spelled the same way that you see here. And then you'll also find the link to my music channel, which I talked about before, which if you are interested in music content, definitely head over there. I will be doing like music commentary, reaction videos, compilation videos, rankings, things like that. Anything that's like music related and whatnot that I love and enjoy, that is going to be happening over there. I'm hoping to get back into doing vocal covers soon. I need to get like good recording equipment for that though first, and I'm not sure when that's going to be happening just yet, but hopefully it'll be soon. Follow me across those different places, check out that music channel, and stick around on this one too because I'd like to have you guys here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into this. God, this feels so weird to be filming this kind of content again after so long. I don't even know what I'm gonna be fucking doing today. I don't even know what products I'm gonna be using today. I haven't pulled anything out yet, so I guess we're gonna find this shit out together today. I guess we can do like a basic bitch look today and use a palette that I haven't used yet. Yeah, we're gonna test out this angle today. And if this angle doesn't work out, then we'll just do like how I used to with having the tripod propped up onto my desk and everything, because I like it just being like I can look straight at the camera instead of having to look up towards the camera, because this tripod is just a little too tall because of the ring light mount on it, which honestly I could probably take that off today. Let's do that actually. Let's move this over here, just take the ring light off and then just go that way, because we got plenty of light, as guys can see right now and everything, because I don't have any extra lighting going on right now. I have this big ass window in front of me. As you guys will probably see, I don't know if I'll include any footage of my room in this besides like you guys see in the background, but let me move my tripod and setup real quick. Alrighty, so now we have some good lighting and a good angle to film it as well. I went ahead and opened up the blinds for my windows just so we can get some extra good lighting coming in. And so I have this really massive window in front of me, and then I also have a little small window right here. So yeah, we get ample natural lighting in this room, which is great because there's no overhead lighting in here, which honestly I'm not too mad about because overhead lighting is not that flattering. God, I haven't done this in so long. I really don't remember how to do this shit. Oh wow. Okay, let's see. Hi. Hair is still a little damp from my shower earlier. So just, yeah, we're just gonna roll with it because it's already past noon. Oh, it's way past noon. It's 1 o'clock now. So yeah, I want to go ahead and get this video like filmed and going and whatnot, because I have this video that I'm working on, and then I have the launching of this channel and everything. So like me leaving the previous beauty fashion lifestyle channel to starting this one here and whatnot. So we have a fair amount of filming to do today, and then I'm also going to be filming some stuff for my music channel today probably. I might wait on doing that till tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. First thing I'm going to go ahead and do is clip my hair up, or at least try to. The perks of having very thick hair is that your hair doesn't always want to cooperate with you. But how are we all diddly doing? I know I've been gone for a very, very long time. I'm gonna try to walk you guys through my routine and everything as I'm talking about things and whatnot. So yeah. So first thing I want to do, although I did moisturize after I did my skincare routine earlier, this moisturizer that I use is one that is very new to me. I just got it in gratis yesterday. So it was my first time using it. So I really don't know how it performs and how it works and whatnot. It's from Ole Henriksen. I don't remember what it is, but it's a peptide moisturizer. But I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream here. I have a little travel size of it here that I found in a holiday set that I found at Marshall's last year. And this moisturizer, I do really enjoy it, but I think my skin has adjusted to it because I've had a full size of it for just over a year now, and I'm about to be done with that full size, but I think my skin has adjusted to it because I find that it's not as hydrating as it used to be, which is really sad because I loved this moisturizer for such a long time. I used it for a long time too. I think I used it for about, that full size I had that for, like I said, just over a year. And then I had like travel sizes of it a few times over the past, I'd say about like maybe like a year prior to that. And I was so bummed out that I adjusted to it because it's such a good moisturizer, but I feel like it's just not doing as much as it used to, because this was like my moisturizer that I would use whenever my skin would be very dry. Because for those of you who don't know, which is probably a lot of you and everything, because I haven't posted in forever and whatnot, I have very dry skin. Not only is it very dry, but it's also eczema prone. So yeah, my skin has a hard time retaining moisture because of that. So whenever I have days like today when I'm a little bit on the drier side, I would go in with the dewy skin cream because it packs in a lot more moisture and hydration. But like I said, I think my skin's adjusted to it. But I'll also say I've started using the water cream, and the water cream I find is hydrating me enough. So happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and pop on a little bit of lip oil. This is from Ulta, and yeah, it's just the Juice Infused lip oil. I have 366, which I think is the apple one. I know it's apple and something one, but I'm just going to put on a very light layer. I normally do like one side of the doe foot, other side of the doe foot, dip in, and then one side of the doe foot, and then be done with it. But since I'm going to be putting on a full face today, we're just going to do like one thin layer of it. So yeah, because I am still on my no primer bullshit and everything like I've always have been. So yeah, but we're just getting the skin prepped and everything for when we get to like base makeup and lips later on. Oh shit, nearly dropped my primer. So for eyeshadow primer, I'm gonna go in with Urban Decay Primer Potion in the original formula, because that has been my tried and true for nearly a decade now and whatnot. Although they did change up the formula in recent years to make it a lot more sheer in terms of color, because it used to be a lot more pigmented than this, but they sheared it out and everything, so now it works out a lot better for deeper skin tones, because it used to only really work well for like if you had like fair to maybe light medium at the very darkest, but now it works for all skin tones, which is great because I love this primer. Love this primer. It's also a lot thinner. It used to be a lot thicker in consistency too. I'm gonna tilt the camera down just a little bit. That should be good, because I have a feeling I'm gonna like start hunching down as I continue to do my makeup and whatnot. So just in case if I start doing that, that way I stay in frame. We still on that improper posture bullshit as well. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the C3PO ColourPop palette. I have not used this palette yet, and I've had it in my collection for a hot minute now. So, oh, I still haven't peeled the little mirror thingy off yet, so it's just, yeah. I think I'm going to go into Tatooine first, and then just build it up with Companion here. I have been gone from YouTube for a while now. I stopped posting content online, well, I say online, on YouTube mid-June, like early mid-June of last year, so in 2022. This video I'm hoping will be going up on April Fool's Day. So it has been almost an entire year since I have posted my face on YouTube. I did do a video on my music channel in December, just talking about my favorite music releases of 2022, but it was just a voiceover video and whatnot, and which that video did pretty well. I was shocking considering that I had been gone for so long, but yeah, it performed quite nicely in terms of like how my videos typically would do over on that channel when they were just like sit down talking videos and whatnot. I mean, my reaction videos over there would typically always perform quite nicely most of the time. But in terms of like sit down videos like that, typically like I would get maybe like 50 views, but that one I think has about 100, I think. So yeah, I got like 80 views within like the first few days. So that's actually really nice. And wow, this mirror is really good too. It's like kind of throwing me off a little bit. Also, hopefully things aren't getting like blown out and whatnot, because it's looking like they might be getting a little blown out in the viewfinder and whatnot. So yeah, first time being back, there's gonna be some complications for the first little bit. Cut me some slack, all right? I've been gone for a year. We're just gonna start talking about like where I've been, what I've been up to, where I'm at now and everything. So yeah, so if you didn't watch that video, that big sit down video that I did on the now previous Beauty Fashion Lifestyle channel, I stepped away from creating content on YouTube because I was going through a mental breakdown. And that breakdown was brought on mostly by the breakup that I was going through at the time. My boyfriend and I at the time broke up in May, and I was just really struggling. And so going into June, I was just like, I need to take some time for myself and just to get myself in a better headspace. And so I decided to step away from creating content online just so I can have that me time to just focus on me a little bit and start bettering my life and whatnot. And so the last set of videos that I did for that channel were my makeup collection videos. Posted those videos and then announced my departure and then departed. And I was gone a lot longer than I was expecting to be gone. I was thinking that I would probably be gone, but for about maybe till like at most till like the beginning of the year, maybe even December. But no, here we are coming back in the early part of spring, nearly a year later. I think I'm gonna bring this companion shade a little bit onto the lid, and we're just going to use that same fluffy brush for that. Now, with going through that breakdown did spur on some positive things for me because it spurred a positive breakdown to where I was just decluttering and purging things that I did not need in my life. So I wound up purging 2/3 of my makeup collection. I got rid of over 100 products. I'm pretty sure I got over 100 products. I got over 100 products I got rid of. I still can't talk correctly, so that hasn't changed. But yeah, I got rid of over 100 products. Some of the products I rehomed, some of the products I had to throw out because they had just gone bad. Some products I returned because I still had a chance to do so. And so, yeah, purged a lot of stuff out of my collection and just started trying to like better myself in different aspects, and one of those was by getting rid of things that I did not need in my life anymore. Let's see, next shade that I'm gonna dip into, I think we're gonna take Etiquette here, and I'm gonna start this on like the outer portion. Actually no, let me go ahead and deepen up the crease first. This outer V here, using programming this deeper brown. Purged my collection and got it to a reasonable amount of products in terms of like everything and whatnot. I still have a lot of eyeshadow palettes because those are a weakness of mine, but I got rid of so many products. I'll be talking more about my declutter in a declutter video and whatnot, because even now I am still decluttering products and whatnot. So like I just decluttered a few things from my collection just within like the past maybe week or two. And so I'm still going in and taking things out of my collection. If things that I purchased to try out don't work out for me, I return them now in like a reasonable amount of time. So that way I can get my money back. Like for an example, I bought like, I think it was like $26 worth of About Face products during the 21 Days of Beauty from Ulta because their lip liners and liquid lipsticks went on sale for 50% off. So I bought a liquid lip and I bought 3 lip liners, because I bought the 3 lip liners because I want to have a new red pencil liner to put in my waterlines, and since their liners are vegan, they're eye safe. And so I purchased 3. I was hoping to keep 2, but I only wound up keeping 1. And then I also returned the liquid lipstick because the color description online was that it would be like a muted rose beige. I can't remember the name of the color off the top of my head. I think it was Slumber, I want to say. And it looked like straight up baby poop on my lips. And I was not a fan of that. So I returned 3 of the 4 things that I ordered. And so I got like 20 something dollars back. We're gonna go into etiquette here. And we're just gonna pop this in the outer portion of the lid. Wound up having a really intense breakdown right after I left YouTube because of the breakup and everything. And so like I had just gotten my hair done for my birthday because I get my hair done professionally now. And I had got my hair done and it was leading up to my birthday, and for some reason I had in my mind that my ex would text me on my birthday for some reason. I don't know why, I just really wanted him to. And when it didn't happen, my mental health tanked so badly. Like I said, I went through another breakdown and everything, and one of my close friends, Shelby, actually reached out to him for me to be like, hey, he's going through it right now and he needs closure because he never got any. Can you at least give that to him? And so he reached out to me, gave me the closure that I needed, told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. And I started moving on after that point, which is what I really needed to do and everything. But since I didn't have any closure and whatnot, it was difficult for me to move on. And it was also my first ever relationship, so it was also tricky and difficult because of that too. Things are better now. Like I was able to like start moving on after that. That was like towards the end of June, when I finally started being able to properly move on and whatnot, and started putting myself back on the apps and everything, and started like, I don't want to necessarily say going through like a slut era because I've never really been that sexual of a person anyways, but I mean I started like putting myself out there and like meeting up with different guys and whatnot over a period of time. I forgot to clean my brushes the other day, so I'm like out of like my normal sized shader brushes. So we're gonna take the shade Translator next, and we're just gonna bring this into the rest of the lid. I started putting myself out there. I started doing things for me again. I was hanging out with friends more. Went to a concert by myself even, and met some friends there. Went to go see Oceans of Slumber over the summer, and finally got to meet Cammie and Dauber, and which that was a lot of fun, finally being able to meet them, to hang out with them very briefly before and after the show, which that kind of leads me up to like my ex and I. We actually wound up reconnecting, and we are best friends now, so that's a good thing. Going back in with etiquette just to build that back up because I feel like it's matching the shade a little bit much. Yeah, it's matching it almost completely. Wow, okay. All right, so what we're gonna do instead is we're just going to take a lighter shade and just go over this inner lid portion with it, because these two gold shades are like matching each other. So I'll go in with golden one here and just pop this in the inner portion just to brighten up this gold moment. So we reconnected a few months after we spoke towards the end of June, and things been good for us ever since and everything. So yeah, no, we're not dating again. We're just, like I mentioned, we're just best friends and whatnot now at this point. But over the summer was definitely tricky for me though in general, because I kept getting sick a lot. There were a lot of illnesses going around my job at the time, and I was getting sick a lot. I had gotten a upper respiratory infection, possibly the stomach bug that was going around. I don't know if it was my intestinal issues flaring up or if I got the stomach bug, but something with my stomach was happening at the same time when the stomach bug was going around. So could be either or. I had gotten the flu, but the main thing that took me out was that I had gotten tonsillitis in September, and that did a massive number on me, and I have a hospital bill that I'm still working on paying off. Technically, I paid it off, but I paid it off using financial assistance, which I now have to start paying that off soon. So yeah, that's always fun. I'm gonna go ahead and move to face makeup. So for foundation, I mixed 2 shades together of the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I mixed LN3 and LP4 because LN3 is just a little too neutral for me, but LP4 has the perfect amount of pink to it. It's actually a little too pink, and it's also a little too dark. So mixing these 2 together though, perfect match. As long as I get my ratios correct, it's a perfect match for me. Tonsillitis was rough. Do not recommend it. I had to go to the ER, like I said. It was not a good time. Then Alex, my ex, and now best friend, him and I started to look into potentially moving in together towards the end of the year and whatnot, because his lease was coming up and everything, and I was led to be thinking that I would be getting a raise at my previous job through getting a promotion. And so we started talking about us potentially moving in together once his lease ended up at the beginning of this year, because his lease was going to end in February. I brought it up and I was just like, hey, I really want to move out of my dad's house. And I mean, we learned when we were dating that we could live together and get along and whatnot. How about we look into potentially moving in together, because you're already wanting to either change apartments in the complex I currently are in, or to even move somewhere completely different. Hold on. Gotta take my plug out real quick to do my chin. There we go. So we applied for this apartment here in December, but before we even did that though, like this was in like November when we started talking about us potentially moving in together, and the promotion got ripped out from underneath me because I was like, oh, if we move in together, like I'll be able to like move and everything. I might have to transfer and whatnot, but I'll be moving and getting out of my dad's place. And when word got to my boss that this was like a thing that was going to be going down and whatnot, she was like, yeah, we're not going to go through with the promotion. I understand why and everything, because the promotion would need me to be at the store on a very regular basis, and I need to guarantee that I'll be there at that location long term and whatnot with getting that promotion and whatnot, because it would be a lead position. Not a management position, but a lead position, and everything. But it was still just a bit annoying, because it's just like, well, shit, now it's just like, am I going to be able to move out now? So I started thinking like, all right, once holiday ends, I'm going to look into potentially getting a new job and whatnot, so that way I can actually afford to move out. Because I mean, at the time, I wasn't making enough to like be able to like afford to move out on my own. So yeah, I'm gonna use the KVD makeup setting mist, the Lock It setting spray real quick, just to set the foundation real quick. And this is just a mini, got this in gratis some time back, so I'm just trying to use this guy up. It's decent. It's not my favorite setting spray, but then too, I don't use setting spray to make makeup last longer. I use it just to be like a finishing type product. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer. This is the Stay Naked Quickie Concealer from Urban Decay, and I used the shade 20 CP. We still went ahead and applied for the apartment in December, and because this apartment opened up and whatnot, and it's just right across the hall from his previous one, so it meant that it would be an easy move for both of us, because leading up to the move, I could bring stuff up from my dad's house up here, and then just move things over from next door into here when it would come time to actually have the move happen. And then like it would be an easy move for him, since like since he's right across the hall, it won't be like far from him to lug his heavy furniture and whatnot. The only downside about me was that I had to bring my furniture in here, and we're up on the 3rd floor. So, yeah. But luckily, my dad helped us out with moving my furniture, so wasn't too difficult. Got approved in January. It was like right in the early part of January, and the same day we got approved was the day that I got offered the position at my current job, which I do like my current job. I enjoyed the job itself. I'm just having to look into other options now because I'm not getting enough hours. Because like when I got hired on, I was led to believe that I'm going to be getting like 15 to 20 hours a week, which I know some people may be thinking that's not a whole lot, which I know it's not a whole lot of hours, but considering like how much more money I would be making, it would be worth it. But I'm only getting but 10 to 15 now, because when I got hired on, they had to start making budget cuts and whatnot, and part of that was cutting back on people's hours, and I have bills to pay and everything, so it's just like, well shit, like what am I gonna do? So I'm trying to get back with my previous job now. I dropped off an application, was it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday, at the location that I was originally at. I tried to get in with a location that's closer to me, but had an interview, but nothing came about it. So I'm gonna try to get back in with the original location I was at and whatnot. And with doing that, I'll get hired on at a good rate and everything, because I'll get hired on at starting pay there now, which is much more than what I was making before. And I'll be getting like on average 28 hours a week if I'm able to go back. And if I'm not able to go back, I'm not too pressed about it, because I have connections to get me into doing freelancing. And so being a brand representative, so I'm going to like use those connections to get me into doing that if I need to go that route instead. So now I'm gonna come in with blush. Actually, no, let's finish up the eyes first, then we're gonna go into blush. So for the bottom lid here, we're just gonna go in with Companion and possibly a little bit of Etiquette, or maybe even, actually, you know what? No, let's go in on the bottom lid with 6 million here, right? Yeah, 6 million. I don't know why it's called 6 million, but we're just gonna go with it. I am a Star Wars nerd, and I should know why it's called that, but I cannot think of it at the moment. Trying to get back in with that job there, so that way I can start making more money and everything, because it's like I have bills to pay and I want to work and everything. And yeah, people can offer up their shifts and whatnot at my job and whatnot, but since everybody is so low on hours, like everyone is fighting for more time. Which, I mean, I don't blame them, because I mean, like, we all want to earn more money and to make a living and everything, but if we're not getting the hours that we need, then we can't do that. And so I'm looking into other options now. I don't want to necessarily leave, because I really do like the job and I love the management at the store, because I mean, I haven't gotten my proper gratis yet, and my boss was just like yesterday, well, I say my boss, one of my managers yesterday, when I walked in, she was just like, hey, I've been meaning to give you this bag, because while we wait on your actual gratis to come in, here's you a bag just to hold you over of just some like samples and whatnot. And it's just like, what? Like, they treat me so good over there, and so I feel bad about having to leave, but at the same time, like I said, I got bills to pay, and I can't stay at a place where I'm not getting the money that I need in order to survive. we're gonna go ahead and dive on into blush. And for this, we're gonna use the LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Kindness, which is this neutral peach shade here. Actually, before we do that, let's go in with bronzer. I forgot to do bronzer first before blush. It's just a mini of the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in Tantastic, which it's sad knowing that Marc Jacobs Beauty is probably not making a comeback. I'm looking into either going back to my previous job or going into freelancing, because I know a manager at my previous job, she used to freelance and freelance for a long time, so she can give me the hookup on different people that are hiring for freelancing gigs and whatnot. And so, and I know when I popped in about a week ago to that store just to visit and whatnot and say hi to people while I was in town and whatnot, there was a new brand rep whom I hadn't met yet, and even she said that she could give me some numbers for some companies that are hiring for freelancers at the moment. So I definitely have the connections to get into freelancing. I kind of want to go back to my previous job though, because I know exactly what to expect in terms of like money, my earnings and whatnot, whereas with going into freelancing, I'm not entirely sure how things might wind up looking out for me. So I'm just taking that into consideration. Now we're going in with the cream blush. That's what's going on with me now financially and everything, because I gotta make a living and everything. I gotta make money, I gotta pay my bills and everything, because it's like, got my hospital bill, I got rent. I'm soon gonna be having other bills and whatnot, because my dad is helping me out a little bit still, so but once I start bringing in like actual money and everything, it's gonna be me having to tackle everything. And so I need to get something better. And so it's either gonna be going back to my previous job or freelancing, because those options are gonna be great options for me. And then for highlighter, I'm just gonna go in with this mini of Champagne Pop and everything. I don't know if they sold the minis back when Becca was around, but since Smashbox picked them up, or at least picked up the Champagne Pop shade, they have minis of it now. So I honestly don't know if I like Champagne Pop a whole lot. There are days when I really do like it, but then there are days where it's just like I feel as if it might just be a little too dark for me. I wish that they would have picked up some of the other shades as well besides Champagne Pop, but I know Champagne Pop was the tits and everything, so of course they're gonna pick up Champagne Pop. I'm just gonna pop this on the high points of the cheeks, and then just gonna run a small amount down the bridge of the nose and on the top of the chin. Do I want to put some on the Cupid's bow? Nah. Now I'm gonna do another layer of setting spray. Where did I put it at? Right here. All right, that's just to set all the powders into place and whatnot. Let's go ahead and go back to the eyes, because I still need to do some things with the eyes, like inner corner brow bone highlights, mascara. I don't think I want to do liner. I thought that I was going to do liner today, but I'm not. Before we even do that, let me do my brows real quick. I'm going to go in with Anastasia Brow Wiz and Taupe. Let's talk about me being out on my own, how it's been for me so far. So far, it's been pretty good. I have been dealing with a lot of mental health issues, though, because I knew that this would be a big undertaking for me, like finally moving out and whatnot and being on my own. Because, I mean, for those of you who don't know, I turned 28 in June, and I have never moved before. I had always have lived with my dad and in the house that I grew up in and everything. So I lived in the same place for my entire life leading up to this move. A lot of unexpected hardships have come up and everything with me, like financially, everything. Because like I mentioned, I thought that this job that I have now would be a much better opportunity than it actually is. On paper, it's going to look really good for me, especially if I do go into freelancing. But in terms of surviving and making a living, it's not turning out to be the greatest option. Also, I've been dealing with loneliness on a completely different level than from what I've dealt with in the past. I've talked about it before that loneliness is something that I really struggle with. But since moving out and everything and being on my own, everything, like, yeah, I live with my best friend. Sure. But all my other friends, I rarely ever get to see. And, like, whether it be in, like, people that I used to work at back in my previous job, like, I might see them when I pop in to visit every now and again, which I've been visiting, like, almost weekly lately because, like, I miss my people. So I'm going to take this shade right here. This is Bolt. I'm going to pop that in the inner corner and on the brow bone. I've been dealing with loneliness, though, on a completely different level because it's just like I don't really have any friends out here and everything besides my best friend. And I'm trying to become friends with some coworkers and whatnot. And, like, there are a few coworkers that I'm cool with so far at this current job. But I feel like most people there are just not interested in becoming friends with me. Like, they're very, like, standoffish and just not very friendly. Or at least not very friendly in, like, how they put themselves off and everything. Like, yesterday there was a chick that I worked with for the very first time, and I've been there for, like, 2 months. And she never once said hi to me. Granted, I never had a chance to say hello to her, but it's just like we were in, like, the same vicinity at one point, and she never even bothered to, like, introduce herself or anything like that. Alright, now I'm just gonna go in with some mascara real quick. This is Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara, which I think this guy is on its last legs and everything, which is going to make me sad because I love this mascara, but it's time to say goodbye to it. It's time to say goodbye. I'll check TJ Maxx to see if I can find another one of these. So that's where I got this tube from. It's strange how, like, I really love my managers at my job, but my coworkers, for the most part, they just don't want to have anything to do with me. Like, the regular grunts and everything like myself, and, like, they are just not interested in me. Actually, there were 2 coworkers that I met for the first time yesterday since I started working there. And yeah, and again, neither of them really wanted to have anything to do with me. I spoke with one briefly and everything because I wanted her to check for something in the back for me. And that was the only time that we interacted with each other. So, yeah. Definitely am trying to potentially either get back with my old job or get into freelancing and everything, change things up a bit, and actually get some money coming in. Because, like I said, I like the job itself at where I'm at right now. It's just that the people there just, for the most part, don't make me feel welcome there at all. And then also, I'm not getting the money that I need there. So, if I gotta bite the bullet and go back to my previous job, then it's just gonna have to do it. I'm trying to, like, stay within a good, healthy mindset and everything. Like, if I do go back to my previous job, which is looking like I most likely will be going back there, and everything, I probably won't find out for another maybe, like, 2 weeks if I'm gonna be able to go back there. Just simply because my old boss, she's, like, extremely busy right now and whatnot, doing other things, so she's not entirely sure when she's going to be able to, like, look over things and send things out to HR. Oh, by the way, this lipstick is the KVD Static Kiss lipstick in Bow and Arrow, which sadly has been discontinued, but I'm going to keep using it anyways. I mean, a lot of the things that I put on today are discontinued. I don't give a shit if something's discontinued or not. You can dupe shit constantly. A pretty similar color to this Actually, this is more brown. Never mind. I was about to say it was going to be the Elf Orgasm lipstick, O-Face, whatever the fuck they're called, lipsticks. I can't remember the name, but it's one of the neutral nude ones, which I kind of want to get. I'm kind of hoping that I don't get into like the later part of April, so that way I can guarantee that I'm gonna get like my proper bit of gratis with my current job and everything. But at the same time though, it's just like if the cards line up to where I can get in down there, then I'm gonna have to do what I can do to like get down there and whatnot. And who knows, I might be able to like talk to some people and be like, hey, keep my gratis coming in so that way I can come get it anyways and whatnot. Like, I've done you guys so many solids already here at this shop because I've gotten them so many credit cards in just the 2 months that I've been there. Like, within this past month, I've gotten them a lot of credit cards. So, come on, bitch. Like, do me a solid. Let me get my gratis even though I'm leaving. I should probably mention, like, my previous job, I was working in beauty retail, and I'm still working in beauty retail now. So, yeah. Anyways, this is the final look. Hopefully, it's not gonna blow me out and whatnot, so you guys can actually see how things turned out. I really like how this look turned out. It's a lot more neutral than what I typically go for these days. I'm very much, I'm like a colorful bitch still. But I do really like how this turned out though. Something that I just realized I forgot to talk about, I got piercings. I got new piercings. I got these done back in August. I got my ears and my nipples pierced back in August. My nipples are still trying to heal and everything, so it's been nearly a year and they're still not properly healed. I'm going to be changing the jewelry out on them and see if that might help them out and whatnot, because I know that helped out my ears a lot in the early stages of them healing, was changing out the jewelry in them, which I have been stretching them. They are now at a 2 gauge. I don't know what my goal size is just yet, but yeah, and these spirals are just like something that came in like a basic like Amazon stretching kit and everything, so nothing to write home about with the jewelry I have right now. Once I start getting into like the larger sizes, that's when I'm going to start getting the more fun size jewelry. Just gotta pop this out just so you can see the size of the hole if you guys are unfamiliar with this size. But yeah, and I don't know, like I said, don't know what my goal size is just yet, but I know I want to go large with them. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was nice chatting with you all and catching you guys up to speed as to where I've been and what I've been up to lately, because I mean, I know I've been gone for a long time, so a lot of things have happened, a lot of things have changed, and I'm in a new space physically, I'm in a different space financially and mentally. So yeah, but hopefully things will be improving quite soon. And I was thinking about putting off like making my return till I upgraded my film setup a bit more, but it's just like, I don't know when that's going to wind up happening. And before I know it, it's going to be like months ahead before I'm able to do it. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just come back, because my long-term goal was to be back by May, so that way I can come back to my music channel at least and do a video talking about Eurovision. So yeah, that is one thing that's going to be annoying, is having to like film while dealing with neighbors riding around. Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are excited to see new content from me and being in this new little spot here on YouTube, creating beauty, fashion, lifestyle content. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited to have me back. I'm excited to be back. And yeah, I really don't know how to end this, but I hope you guys stick around though. I have a lot of ideas in mind. I am going to be doing some more filming next week. Might actually film a little bit more today for this channel, honestly. But as of right now, I think this is probably going to be the only video I'm going to film today for this channel. I think I am going to postpone filming for my music channel till tomorrow. and whatnot, just simply because a bitch is getting hungry. I need food. I need food. It's like 2 o'clock now. All I've eaten today is a bowl of cereal, so I need some food. God, I am rambling. It's time for me to go, you guys. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys stick around to see more from me. But until I see you guys in my next video, goodbye.